Welcome back, friends. In tonight's video I'm going to try and do a 4D marigold flower. Now I have my yellow Mia's Secret acrylic powder and I'm just picking up really wet beads and placing them on each other so that when I come to straightening this, you'll see soon and you'll understand what I mean. I will have enough product there and to do what I need to do. Now I've just gone in with my orange colour, and it is Orange Sunset by Perfect Nails, and I've just picked up a wet bead of that and dunked it into the middle of the yellow acrylic, and we're going to let that set up just a little bit, and now we're going to make this into a long sausage. And once we have that shape, then we are going to press it out. Sort of hard to explain. If you guys have ever done a bow before, and the ribbon part at the end of the bow, how it's nice and wavy, well, that's what we're going to do with this. So once we've had pressed that out as much as we can go, sorry about the bells, guys, my bird is going crazy. So once we've pressed that out into a sausage shape, we're going to get the belly of our brush, a bit of monomer on it, and push it out. Sort of like what we would do with a flower, and we're just going to go in the opposite direction each time we push it out, because this will give us the effect that we need for the marigold effect. If you guys have ever seen a marigold, probably, I don't know if you can grow them over in that part of the world, wherever you guys are. My husband thinks they're a weed, but I love them. They are just my favourite flower. And as you can see, we are getting that nice sort of ribbony, wavy effect. And the reason I've double dipped into both those colours is, if you've ever seen a marigold, it's got those yellow and orange colours sort of together on the same petal. Yeah. So we're going to do this. We're going to let that set up. And we're going to do 3 lots of these. Okay. So we're going to get wet beads of our yellow acrylic powder again, and if they're not wet enough, just dunk your brush back in the monomer and put it on that bead and make sure it's wet enough. And once that's nice and runny-ish, we're going to go in with a little bit of orange, and then I like to see if I can't swirl it together in a marble to give it that nice marbly effect. You can even go back in with a little bit of yellow if you like. You don't have to. Just, I like to. Now, before I started recording this, I did 4 lots of these. I thought I'd do a few lots of these off camera. That way the video won't be so long. Now, I noticed you guys like watching the acrylic videos more and the design videos more. So if you guys have an acrylic design or want me to recreate something or whatever, just let me know in the comments below and I will try my best to do what I can't do. So we're just going to do the same thing with this. If your brush is too wet, you can always just dab it off onto your paper towel, and backwards and forwards, using the belly of your brush and pushing it out, swapping direction as you go so that you get that nice ribbon effect. Oh, my bird, she's having so much fun. I've just put some bells in her cage yesterday. Just She was tipping out her food and water, so I thought I'll put some bells in her cage, and oh my gosh, she loves them. She has not stopped playing with them. Now, you can switch this up. You don't have to dip into the yellow first. You can dip into the orange first. Okay. Make sure it's wet enough, so go back in with the monomer if it's not wet enough. You know, we want a medium-sized wet bead of this, so that when we come to doing our waves, our ribbony effect, that we've got enough to do that with. I just want to add a little bit more yellow in the center of that one. So see how it's nice and wet? We can do our little marble effect with it. Okay, and before it sets up completely, we're going to squish it out into that sausage shape. Now don't pat the top of it, because if you pat the top of it, you'll take the whole pattern out of it. That nice marble effect. And, well, I mean, you can, but I don't want to, because I sort of want that marble effect in there, in the petal. So just squish it out as long as it'll go. Remember, keep your brush nice and wet. And we're going to use the belly of our brush again. And pushing it out. I've just knocked over a whole thing of gold crystals all over my bench. So, probably wondering where I've been for the whole week. Oh my god, I have been sick as a dog. Not the coronavirus, just with the normal common cold. I've been absolutely so sick. I didn't even go to the gym for a whole week, and you know what? That absolutely killed me. But I'm feeling a lot better now, so I thought I'd try and do a video for you guys, just in case you're all missing me. Now we're going to let those set for a bit, because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to sort of get acrylic and stick them all together. I will show you soon. But the next part we want to do is, I'll move that out the way. I'm getting the top of my pen. See how it's got that nice curve to it? And I'm getting a bit of cling film, plastic wrap, whatever you guys call it. And I'm going to wrap it around the top of my pen. Okay. If I go out of shot, apologise. But this is what we want to do. Wrap it around the top of our pen. Now I'm going to, because this is going to be the center of the marigold, what the petals are going to adhere to. So I'm going to get my bigger acrylic brush, and I'm going to dunk it into my yellow. Now we want this bead to be not too wet and not too dry. And then we're going to mold it around the top of the pen. Now this is real easy to get off. When it comes time to getting it off, we do let this dry completely before removing it. Now if I go out of shot, I apologise now for that. I like to see what I'm doing close up. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be, you know, smooth and stuff, as long as it's a rounded, and that's all that I want out of this. Now you don't have to use a pen, you can use whatever else you've got to use. I only had the top of a pen to use, because I thought that this shape was small enough to adhere the rose petals, the marigold petals onto it. So I'm going to let this dry, and I will get back to you guys soon. Okay, so the middle of my flower is still drying. So I'm just going to go ahead with these petals. And I'm just going to get my tweezers. And just carefully lift them off the back of the form. Oh, try and say that 10 times fast. I keep wanting to say backing paper, but it's form. It's the back of a form. And okay. So we're going to lift them off, just so they're not stuck there. And we're going to get a small bead of acrylic powder. And we're just going to place it on the two sort of middle bits of the petal, of one of the petals. Okay. Now, while that's still wet, we're going to get this petal. And we sort of want to put it in the opposite direction that the other petals are going. If you guys get what I mean. So with this next petal, we're going to do the same thing. Get a small bead of acrylic, place it down. Okay. And we're going to pick up this petal now. And we're going to put it like that on the other petal. Do you guys get what I mean? See how you've got that different pattern going on? Okay. I hope I'm explaining this right and you can get the gist of what I mean. So we're going to let that sit up a minute. And we're going to... So this is still this isn't quite dry yet. However, I will be back shortly again. Okay, so my petal is, the inside of the marigold is moderately dry. You can hear that tap, tap, tap sound. So we're gonna carefully remove this off the pen. Let me just zoom out a little bit. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna ever so slightly just remove it gently because I don't want to break it. I mean, it didn't take long to do, but see, and it just pops off and your pen's nice and clean still. Love it. So, I'm gonna get the cling wrap and we're gonna just peel it away from the sides of the middle of your marigold. And see, it just come away like that. Okay. So, what we're going to do now, this is a tricky part, I hadn't thought about this part yet, but we're going to do it together. Yeah. We're going to pick up the petals that we made before, and we're going to figure out where we want to place them and how we want to place them. So we're going to want to sit like that. So we're going to hold this in our hand. Make sure you got your tweezers on standby too. We're going to get the middle of our marigold and a bit of acrylic. Okay. Enough so that when you put your petal down, hopefully it is going to stick. Now grab our tweezers. And we're going to try and do this. Holy Toledo. And we're just going to try and hold it in place without moving it around too much and without it touching our skin. Okay. So, I'm just going to try and turn that over somehow. Oh, it's not even on the damn acrylic. Okay, we're going to work backwards. Back to front. Can you see what I'm doing? And because I want this here petal to stick down, I'm just going to grab a small bead of acrylic and just place it right there. Another bead, because I need another bead. And then I'm going to just, can you see where I've placed that acrylic? Press down and sort of hold it into place. I'm just going to hold that into place for a minute. Now, as I said, I did earlier make 3 lots of these, 4 lots. I made a few. So I'm going to grab them, bring them over. Now, this might not be exactly how a marigold looks, but in my mind, this is how they'd look if they were acrylic. I mean, you know what I mean? It's what I like. Do what you like best. And so we're going to continue that and overlap them if you want. They don't have to be nice and neat. If you've ever seen a marigold, you've never seen it nice and neat. So I'm gonna go off camera for a minute or two and get back to you. So there you have it, guys. This is the finished product. Now, because I just can't let it end like that, I'm going to add some glitter to the center of it, just to give it a little bit of something extra. Okay, so I'm going to pick up a wet bead of acrylic, get it all up and around there, and I'm going to get my little triangle tray just to catch the extras. And I'm using this nice bronzy gold glitter. Just going to tap, tap, tap it in there. And I'm going to try and tap off any excess. So, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I like it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell and notification and all that jazz. Bye!